The truth is, one of my biggest fears is failure. What's up, you guys? Famous Ashley Grant here. Welcome to More Movement, Please, the podcast where I hope to inspire you to move your body more. I want to talk about failure and specifically failure in fitness. And the reason I want to talk about that is because I have a very strong fear of failure. And I think it's because I am doing this so publicly. I am working on my fitness journey so publicly. And I want to talk about that because it's something that I don't think enough people in fitness discuss. And that is that they're afraid of failing. And I told you guys from the beginning that my whole goal was to be as transparent as possible about what I'm going through. And the reason that I started doing the daily accountability posts whenever I first got started is because I knew that if I was doing it publicly, I'd be that much more likely to continue showing up. And so that became kind of an addiction of, the excitement of when I could post like, hey, I did these classes today. This is what I, have planned for the week and things like that. And it was funny because any day that I didn't post like right after class, or if I posted too late in the day, I would start getting messages like, hey, did you work out today? And so I really enjoyed the fact that I was doing these accountability posts because, well, it kept me accountable. And that's something that means a lot to me because whenever I know that people are watching, it makes me that much more likely to show up. And so the whole fear of failure thing is still very strong in me, especially since starting this podcast. It scares the hell out of me to think of any day that I'm not moving, especially when like I really physically can't. Those days I feel hella guilty. And I've been trying to work through that and handle it, as best I can, because let's face it, there are some days that I cannot physically move. Those are the days I feel so incredibly guilty because I have become somewhat known as the more movement please girl. And so when the more movement please girl is not moving, it's like, well, what's happening? What's going on? And so that's definitely a big driver to help me with continuing to work out, which is good. But it's one of those things where I get scared that if I'm not moving enough, that, well, I'm failing. I'm grateful that I have this platform because it is helping me to stay accountable, but I do get scared that like, what happens if I start gaining weight, or if I, start getting weaker, or if something happens that I'm no longer having upward momentum, that scares me. And but again, it's a good thing in the sense that it's keeping me accountable, it's keeping me wanting to keep moving. And so I kind of wanted to share this episode because I wanted to suggest to you that if you're on a fitness journey, do it publicly. It's a great way to make sure that you keep moving. If you start doing daily accountability posts, then that will help you to keep moving. And so one of the things that I started to try to do for a little bit, but it didn't really pan out very well, but I still want to do it, was I wanted to do a monthly or weekly accountability update with folks just to check in with them and see how their movement is going. So what I want to know is, would you guys be interested in that? Would you be down to be part of a community where we can talk about fitness and talk about how things are going and whether or not you're moving, and maybe even post your daily accountability update in the group? So hit me up at famousashleygrant.com/group. And what I'll do is, if you guys are interested, I'll put together like a Facebook group and we could do check-ins with each other and just see how things are going. And I don't want it to be one of those like toxic groups where we start talking about, oh, this is what I ate in a day. I don't want to do that. I strictly want it to be about movement and whether or not you moved that day. So if you're up for that, I would love to hear from y'all. Like I said, head to famousashleygrant.com/group. And there's a form there that basically you can, well, join the group. And if you guys are into it, we'll play with it and see what happens with it. And if it goes well, we'll keep doing it. And if not, then we'll stop. And yeah, I think that'd be fun to just check in with you guys and see how things are going, because I said before, and I'll say it again, I don't want this to just be about me. I want it to be a movement of movement. And I want to talk with y'all and see how things are going, and see if you're moving your body daily. And I just want to have some fun with this. So head over to famousashleygrant.com/group. Let me know what you think. And onwards and upwards, my friends. Have you worked out today?